What's happened over the last 50 years is we've lost the ability to balance these two sides of our nature because we've lost the ability to understand the architecture of ourselves and the sinfulness of ourselves. This happened earlier than I thought. The normal story is the culture war changed in the 1960s. We became good to ourselves. I think it changed much earlier. If you look at the bestseller list right after World War II, there was a book in 1946 by Rabbi Joshua Liebman called Peace of Mind, which urged people to engrave a new morality on their hearts. This is right after World War II, right after the Holocaust, right after the bloodbath of World War II. And he said, let's get rid of sin and temptation. He's going to have a new 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not be afraid of thy hidden impulses. Thou shalt transcend inner anxiety. Thou shalt recognize thy true competence and courage. It's a pretty encouraging set of 10 Commandments. This book sat number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list for 58 consecutive weeks. Another book came along in 1949 called The Mature Mind by Harry Overstreet, a professor at CCNY. He was an attack on St. Augustine. This guy had denied to our species, according to Overstreet, our healthy blessings of self-respect. So let's put aside all that sin. Let's leave all that in the past. Let's think well of ourselves. That book sat atop the New York Times bestseller list for 16 straight weeks. Along come Benjamin Spock. He wrote his famous handbook, and one of the things on that handbook says, if your child steals something, don't punish him, just give him an object like the one he stole, and tell him it's fine, just ask for it next time, which I would say is a reasonably optimistic view of human nature. And then along, finally and climactically, comes Norman Vincent Peale's The Power of Positive Thinking, which is about how wonderful you are. And that sits atop the New York Times bestseller list for an astonishing 98 weeks, which is still the record. And then along comes Humanistic Psychology, Carl Rogers, who says, we are, in the inner sense, we are astonishingly good. There's no sin there, there's no division there. Rogers writes, man's behavior is exquisitely rational, moving with subtle and ordered complexity toward the goal his organism is endeavoring to achieve. And so this is a sharp break from the world of division and the awareness of sin that Francis Perkins is inhabiting.